Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Hentges with Beyond the Chart. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, we're going to take a look at the Nasdaq, the Semiconductors ETF, SMH, and then focus on Facebook, Amazon, and NVDA. So stay tuned. Okay, let's start off here with the Nasdaq Composite Daily Chart. I'm going to get rid of the crosshairs. And the Nasdaq was up 30 points on Friday. It continues to push and ride above the 10-day moving average. The blue line is the 10 exponential. The blue-gray is the 21 simple. The red is the 55-day simple. So continues to trend higher. The wave count I've got from this February low is that we are in our fifth and final intermediate wave up, and that we are counting 5 waves now in the minor wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the real question is, how much longer can we push in here? And it's really hard to tell. This continues to subdivide up, and we're just going to have to watch and see when this decides to break down. Let me, that's not good. Let me, what I'm trying to do is get to the relative RSI. Now the RSI is not showing, I'm using a 10-bar RSI. This is not showing divergence here, but it's kind of interesting in terms of what it's showing. I drew a little trend line between these lows. The other thing is, if you blow this up, got a little M top right in here when it got above, up around 75 or so at this peak right in here, and now we've pulled back up again. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out over the next week or so. When you look at the weekly chart, here's how it looks on a weekly chart. You can see we're at this pretty steep move, up 5.98 for the week. So not a whole lot of movement for the week, even though it did move around a little bit. A little bit of an inside candle here following the big move that happened the previous week. So that's the picture on the Nasdaq. Let's take a look at the semiconductors. Now the semiconductors, SMH, is doing a similar type thing to the Nasdaq, trending very strongly. This is the weekly chart. Look how this little doji candle, though, for this last week ended down 24 cents for the week. And not sure if I'd call this an Arami cross or not. I mean, I'd like to see that more in the body of it. But when you look at the RSI here, we're definitely getting a bearish divergence, although we'd have to come back down to kind of confirm that we're breaking down a little bit. Super strong back over here, got very high, and usually when you get that kind of high reading on an RSI, it's a confirmation of a strong bull move, which is exactly what this continued to do, is just trend higher in here, pull back and never got any lower than 58 in here, 58.6, 58.9. And then it continued to get, we were getting some divergence that was showing up here. This one got a bit above this peak, but did not take out this peak here on the November 25th, week ending November 25th. So that's the picture on the semiconductors. Kind of curious about this little formation here. But you definitely got to look at it and say, hey, it's not breaking down at this point. I mean, it's continuing to trend above the 10-week moving average. So that's the semiconductors. Since I'm talking about semiconductors, let's take a look at NVDA. NVDA is doing a similar type thing. Now this is a weekly chart, and so this bar right in here looks like a reversal candle to me, although it didn't close as low as I like to see it on a reversal, but it is in the lower 30% of this range on the bar. Now notice how we haven't taken that high out yet, haven't closed above it, and this was the week ending December 30th. But the more interesting thing in terms of a breakdown is we have not gotten a close below that low either, okay? And typically when I see a reversal candle, I like to see a close below that low to kind of tell me that, okay, now I think this might be breaking down, okay? But we're not getting that in here. And let me see what the RSI is showing us on this. We're definitely getting some bearish divergence here. And we are closing. These two closes are higher than this close here on December 23rd. not being confirmed by RSI. So we continue to get, you know, the divergence that's showing up. But again, that's why you can't bet just on an indicator. Okay, the indicators are like flags. They kind of tell you something might be going on. You need to pay attention. You need to be aware. But you have to wait till price tells you that it's truly going us in a certain direction, that price is truly breaking down. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to mention is NVIDIA is coming out with earnings on the 9th. So when is the 9th? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So next Thursday, I guess. Hadn't thought that through. So next week, NVIDIA's got its earnings coming out, and that should be pretty interesting play there. All right, let's talk about two stocks that did have their earnings come out. Facebook. Look at this candle on Facebook on Thursday. And huge reversal candle. And in the aftermarket, it was trading up here, left right after the earnings came out. And then, of course, this is the next day. So the earnings came out, you know, after the market closed on the 1st. And then we got this huge reversal candle down. But again, no close yet, not on Friday. It didn't close below the low of this. And we get this kind of breaking down. We could get a fairly decent little pullback out of this. I mean, Facebook has been trending so strongly. I'm just looking to see if another reversal, seemed like I saw some. Now, you know, the interesting thing about this reversal candle, this is a 20-day high, okay? This is 20-day high. As a matter of fact, it's an all-time high. It broke above, let me zoom back in. You can see how it got above this 133.50 level when it did that. Now, I saw a couple other times where there was like 10-day highs and it got a reversal candle like right here, 10-day high. And then you notice we got the close, either one of these two, closed below this low, and then we ended up getting a sell-off, never came back up and broke this high and got a pretty substantial sell-off. Now, that happened a few times. So like I said, it's going to be interesting to watch this. And then the last one I'll just look at today is Amazon on a weekly chart. Now, the interesting thing about Amazon that I noticed is that this is a 10-week exponential moving average. Notice how Amazon has a tendency to ride above it. And when it does close below it and it breaks the low of that bar, then it's going into a fairly decent correction. And then vice versa, when it gets back above it and you break the high of that bar, didn't do it there, here it did it, then it rides again. And it rides. Then it breaks down for a little while. Here we got the breakout to the upside. So we haven't broken down yet. Okay, yeah, you know, got pretty good whack after the earnings came out, you know, one day. Down $25.57 for the week. But right now, Facebook is still continuing to ride above that 10-week moving average. If it were to start selling off, if it were to break below the 10-week and break the low of that bar, it could start something. And then, of course, we've got this key trend line right here to see if that holds or not. All right, that's the picture for this week. Taking a look at NVIDIA, Facebook, Amazon, Semiconductors, and Nasdaq. If you felt like the video was helpful, please hit the like button and share the video. And click the link here on the page on the video to get my free ebook to help you stay in the game trading options. Check that out, free ebook. Oh yeah, and I wanted to mention, check out my post over on the website at joehentges.net. It's about Under Armour. The title is Under Armour, Not There Yet. So check that out. All right, everyone, talk to you on the next video.